Discovered the patch balance changes. I have. What I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna jump in and I'm gonna see how bad it is. Oh, I'm preparing myself mentally. Let's go ahead and do like, we'll do a chem plant. Let's do it on 13. Let's see if we can even do a T13 anymore. I don't even know if we're gonna be able to do this. So for those that don't know, I have basically been given. No, people are saying some of the damage changes are in. Are the damage changes not in?
The last thing I can afford is those monsters.
I've basically been given like a 45% hard hard debuff. 2 of my skills, and actually, can we see them? Maybe we can see them. 35%, they are in. So that used to be 50%. It's now 35%. That used to be 50%. It's now 35%. And they also changed it so the vulnerability debuff, instead of doing 25%, now does 15%. And they increased the cooldown of my bullet skill. Yep. So the devs basically saw Cohh's build video on YouTube and instantly nerfed it. Well, many tricksters had very similar things. I can't take all the credit. Not that I ever can, but yeah, it's certainly not an all me thing. Yeah, see, that easily should have been a one-hit kill. We'll go ahead and see how it is here. Well, granted, this is only T13, but at least we can still farm T13, chat, from the looks of it. I really don't know about 15, so this damage is like, all these things that are hitting for like 3k now used to be like 5k. I don't even know if I can hit for a mill anymore. Probably not, actually. This is still not, I mean, so far it's not bad, but we'll see. DLS Black Ghost, the changes are in. The patch is not in, but they were able to change some things on the back end. So the patch is not in, but some things are changed. But no, the actual patch is not in. I can't even see these things. Damn, dude. It's so dark. Yo, where did the big guy go? Oh, did I kill the big guy? I guess I did. Oh, they're up top. Ow. It's really dark. That's kind of strange. I don't remember it being this dark. Open quick, please. Hey, how brothers? Why'd you tag this game as an RPG? I don't have any control over the tags of the game type. Yeah. Oh, I think I'm dead. Yeah. I needed to get closer to him to get that down.
Guess I was wrong.
Have you seen Tailspired? No, I haven't. My question is that if you would have tagged it as an RPG, I mean, there's definitely RPG elements in this game, for sure. Yeah, they're. Oh wait. No. There are RPG elements. Yeah. I'd probably call it more of a looter shooter, but I don't think that's a tag, unfortunately. Down from there. Jerk. That was super unfortunate. Dread Captain, I'm mostly farming gear now. Yeah. Oh, you know what? I don't think the second guy comes up, does he? There he is. What are you doing down there, bro? Get out of here. Let's go over here. Okay, we gotta get that guy on the other side. Unfortunately, we missed one. Go ahead and grab him now. Okay, now we gotta get that guy. Don't want to leave out any stragglers. We're gonna let these cooldowns come up. Oh, you bastard. Good. Oh. Is this before or after meeting? Before. My meeting's in about 20 minutes. Do 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 do. You up there? You are, you jerk. No, don't you jump over. I'm not done with you. People coming in. Ah, too many targets. Target-rich environment. Ah! Ow. Don't you hop over there. Come here. Jerk. And in the back. Hey, Malchester, good to see you, bud. Is that a legendary helmet? No.
Damn it. More of them.
Yeah, we're gonna watch the PoE stuff tomorrow morning. I don't know how he does that. He like always sucks me over right at the end. You big phony. But there's an hour of PoE stuff to watch. Well, we're gonna watch like the big stuff. Yeah, like the trailers and everything. I don't know if we'll watch every little bit, but excuse me, we're gonna watch a lot of it.
Whatever.
I want to see all the big announcements and everything.
That switch to disable it. Whoa.
Whoa. Whoa, chat. Whoa.
Shira, about those energy spikes? The insurgents had a functioning power cell down here.
What did you do with it?
It's disabled. I'll see if Zahidi can't take a look at it. And I found a pod down here.
You saved some lives today, Outrider. I would expect nothing less from you.
What world level am I? 14, but I'm on T15 overall. Well, excuse me. I was T15. I don't know what I am now. They nerfed my build into the ground for higher tiers, so I don't know what I am anymore. I don't even know if I can do Eye of the Storm anymore. Probably could, but it'd probably be a lot harder. I don't know though, we'll have to see. I've heard the biggest difference with this stuff is on the higher tiers. This is only T13, so. How's this game? A lot of fun. All right, let's see how this goes. God, yeah. Whew. Those were normally like 600k hits. Now they're like 300k. Ooh. Pretty much 50% damage reduction, like we were thinking. Cohh. Oh, dude, they pretty much half the damage. If you look at the patch notes, 2 of my 50% abilities got dropped by 15%, and 1 of my and vulnerability globally had its reduction by 10%. It basically targeted like my build because I primarily get my damage from those 2 skills and vulnerable, and those are the big nerfs for Trickster. So yeah, kind of yeah. Bloody said Booty says my techno build lost 40% damage. Ouch.
Outrider detected. Access granted.
I used to crit 800k and now I crit like 500k plus. 500. I used to crit 800k plus. Now it's 500k. It's rough, man. That is rough. Take a look at the rolls. Yeah, one thing I'm... Oh, sorry, I'm so yawny, guys. I'm tired. One thing I'm really surprised about is, and I put up a tweet up about this too. Like, devs, especially with games like this, should really focus on balance. And I don't mean balance in terms of like, I don't mean balance in terms of like the balance of the guns in the game and stuff. I mean balancing the bad with the good. Because the big problem is it's if you're going to introduce a patch that reduces damage by some classes by 45%, that's a big hit. Hey Heimer, what's up, buddy? To not have anything in the patch that kind of like adds something to it is really surprising. That was really surprising. They're like the big thing is like I said in my tweet, you have to balance the suck. If you're going to take away fun for gamers, for people playing your game, it's important to balance that with things that are fun. Like for instance, what if they made it so the shots do less damage now, but have a small chance to slow your target? What if they made it so they nerfed our damage a bunch, but they gave our Hunt the Prey 2 charges before it went on cooldown? You know, like there's all sorts of fun things they can do to be like, hey, we're taking this from you, but we're giving this to you. And it's that's so different because we're all playing this to have fun. We're not playing this to be told you're having too much fun. We need to adjust it. So the thing, and this is what I put in my tweet, the thing that separates good devs from great devs is when you balance the suck so much that you can nerf people and they're fine with it. Like it's like if when you put in nerfs, do things to make it so the player is like, oh, okay, like, hey, you nerfed this, but you gave me this, so we're good. Like, we're good. Okay. Like that's great game devs do that. They make it so when they take something, they give something, and they keep that kind of balance of fun in the game. A-Freak says many are just going to quit the game. I agree. I can tell you right now. And here's the thing. A lot of people aren't going to quit the game because they aren't having fun. A lot of people are going to quit the game because they go, if this is what they're going to do, I don't want to do this. Like if this is how they're like, if I'm going to make, spend 50 hours making a build and then in one patch, they're just going to cut it in half, I don't want to do it. Cicatrice says, I already feel like quitting. You speak for a lot of people. So like, that's the thing. Here's what I'm hoping. I'm really hoping that the devs put up a "we heard you" tweet. And they were like, okay, this was a little heavy-handed. We do need to fix these things, and we are going to fix these things, but we're going to do it incrementally, and we're going to give you some stuff in between. Like, that'd go a long way right now. Like, it would have been much better if they would have made an announcement saying, yo, Trickster DPS is too high, and over the next 6 months, we are going to bring it down. But as we bring it down, we're going to give you things to counterbalance that via utility, via ways to move cooler in different ways, via more perks that make sense, like by making actual anomaly builds, like 6 months, 3 months, 2 months, 1 month. Even if they said 1 month, just giving us a little bit of warning, telling their intentions, and then letting us figure it out with them. So anyway, yeah, I definitely think the way they're doing it is not a good way to do it. It's not a good way to do it. Like, especially after being like, this is a release quality product. You're getting your entire game for $60. And then like not even a week after release, they're like, oh yeah, we screwed up with our numbers. Half damage off some of the most popular builds. It's just like, wait a second. Wait a second. This is now, to be fair, and to the devs' credit, they did make it a point to mention that, and I do agree with them, the damage numbers at base are too high. Yes. And more importantly, they said that the bullet skills were altered at the end of the beta, and the reason they're so high now is actually due to a bug. So, I mean, you know, like that's good stuff, but again, they should have like said all that and then like not changed anything and then like come up with cool ways to get those changes in while not just being all over everyone's build that played that way. So anyway, yeah. Why do you think they haven't buffed any of the underperforming builds? I think they kind of panicked, honestly. I think that this is kind of a panic move. I think a lot of people are just like, numbers too big. We have to do something now. Like it feels like a panic move. Like they realized the game was super unbalanced and they were like, okay, we need to stop this like right now. Like tomorrow we need to stop this. Now, obviously a lot of people have said what I think a lot of people are thinking. And that is it's a single player, or it's not a single player. It's a PvE game. So who cares if people feel like gods? That's valid. And two, why did you nerf this instead of buffing everything else? And I think the second part, although that's a nice thing to say, would require like weeks of retooling numbers. That's a lot more difficult than people make it sound. But I will say that like there's so many better ways this could have been done. There's so many better ways this could have been done. And I kind of hope they roll these, not necessarily roll them back, but like maybe reduce them a little bit, like put some of it back and just be like, yo, we heard you. This clearly wasn't the right way to do this. Let's work with our community to get the changes that we both want in the game. So yeah, we'll see though. We'll see what they do. They may just be like, this is our game and we're going to do what we want.
Most of the time, life on Enoch's just seeing worsening versions of complete
They might do that.
inhumanity. Proven.
And you know, and it's their game, and I guess that's their prerogative. But again, and the thing that I think I've seen so many times in like the Reddit and stuff like that is people they're just worried. Like if we can expect big changes like this just on a whim, like literally killing the most popular builds, not killing, but reducing in efficacy a huge amount in just like on a whim. That worries a lot of people. That's not what they want to see in a game like this. Small fixes over time with lots of justification, and most importantly, working with the community and kind of making it a smooth process, not just like a switch. Like that's the worst way you can do it. A lot of people in chat are saying it sounds like a repeat of Borderlands 3. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. Yeah. You're not wrong. I mean, I completely see why you'd say that. And Borderlands 3 lost a lot of people that way. There's a reason that this game on release is larger than Borderlands 3 ever was. And I mean, it's Borderlands, man. Like that's yeah. It concerns me because it seems really short-sighted. Yeah, Rocktober. That's what a lot of people are thinking too, man. That's what a lot of people are thinking too. Anyway, we're still gonna try like to work with this build. I think that we just did a 13 and it was okay. So obviously the build is not dead. It's not nearly what it was, but it's not. We can still work with this. Need to get that Phantom Dash out of there, and we got to replace it with something that gives firepower. Maybe I need to start rolling and getting the firepower buff that way. Yeah, I don't know. We're gonna have to really use some tricks here, man. We're gonna have to really use some tricks to get this up. I did learn, unfortunately, that the helmet I was going for is not gonna work, especially now that they have increased the recast time of the bullet thing. They increased the recast time by like what, a quarter? So I mean, insult to injury. That's going to be even worse now. They didn't double it, did they? 16 to 25. Wow. Wow. Whew. Man, that's rough. That is rough. How can people have any faith in this game and the devs after this kind of knee-jerk reaction to the top players and streamers finding the best builds? Well, I don't think it's first of all, I don't think streamers are much of I think it's just the player base. I saw some people on a couple different forums and the Reddit well that were saying like the streamers caused this. No, we didn't. There's tons and tons. These builds are out there. These builds are easy to find. It's not. I wouldn't say it was us that did it. But that being said, I agree, and I think a lot of people are very concerned that it's just like it's using an axe instead of a scalpel, is what it is. It's using an axe instead of a scalpel, and that's like one of the worst things you can do in a game like this, because it creates people. It creates exactly like what you said. It makes people concerned. It makes people be like, do they know what they're doing? Like how has this been in for this long and it's been fine, and then all of a sudden it wasn't, and it's weird. It's weird. Big nerfs that some people are saying are too large is basically what's going on. That's right. Yeah, there's basically huge nerfs across the board for a couple classes, and it's yeah, it's not great. Really short turnaround. It was just a really short turnaround on such heavy-handed nerfs, says Artanis. Yep. Arcos, I think I honestly like that's and here's the thing. Not only is that something that should be that a lot of people are asking now, like, is any powerful build, are they just going to decide any powerful build is too powerful and just knock it back down? But they did this without addressing the issues with Devastators, without working on anomaly builds. Like, there's so many things that need love and need buffs that instead of doing positive stuff to those, they did like giant negative things to others. Instead of building up, they knocked down. And gamers don't like that. Devastators are incredibly strong with certain builds. Absolutely. Some Devastators are great. But the thing is Devastators are really good in like Devastators and Pyros are kind of in the same thing, because like Devastators and Pyros have really, really strong builds, but if you deviate from them, they start getting a lot less effective. So like the people that I've seen talk mostly about the Devastator issues are ones that aren't using like the metas. They want more efficacy outside of the metas. And some of them are like not perfect. But you know, like some of the builds are not great that I've seen that are saying are wrong. But yeah, you know, it's anyway, I gotta go for now. But what I'm going to do is we'll have a discussion about this as we keep going forward, because I'm still loving the game, even with the nerfs and everything. I'm still loving the game. I'm definitely, I think I share the same opinion as many people, or I'm just kind of like concerned. I'd like to see a little bit more about this kind of stuff. And I'd love to see a different approach to how they want to get these changes into their game. But at the same time, I will not say that Tricksters didn't need to be nerfed eventually. Like, the last few sessions that we played with the Trickster we were kind of murdering everything near instantly. So I certainly would not say that we didn't need a little bit of work. And I have seen, you know, I definitely have seen Technomancers crit for like 2.8 million headshots. That could be worked on a little bit, you know. That could be. So I'm not saying that this stuff didn't need to be worked on. What I am saying is that the way that these changes and the timing of the changes and how quickly they jumped on us, that probably could have been a bit different. But anyway, I'll be back in just a few. See you guys soon. And I don't know how long this will be. I think it's gonna be like 30, 45 minutes, and then I'll probably jump on for a little bit more. Maybe we'll do some more. Maybe we'll do some high-end tiers and see how they work. But yeah, back in just a little bit.